You see a wave, just water moving. Nothing to fear. Then it doubles in size, then triples. Suddenly you're staring at a 40-foot wall of frozen fury, and your boat is the size of a toy. Beneath it, the ocean doesn't warn you. It doesn't negotiate. It just takes. From pirate-infested corridors to waters that swallow ships whole, here are the most dangerous oceans on Earth. Drake Passage, 600 miles of pure chaos between South America's Cape Horn and Antarctica. The Drake Passage earned its reputation in blood. 800 shipwrecks, 20,000 sailors dead. No landmass exists at this latitude. Storms circle the globe uninterrupted, building monstrous power. The Antarctic circumpolar current pushes 130 million cubic meters of water through, here every second. Waves reach 65 feet, sometimes higher. The water temperature hovers just above freezing. Fall overboard and you've got minutes before. Hypothermia shuts your body down. In 2022, a rogue wave slammed through a Viking cruise ship window. Glass exploded inward, like shrapnel. A 62-year-old woman died, 4 passengers injured. The investigation found the windows were inadequately dimensioned for these conditions. That's just modern engineering failing against the Drake. Spanish ship San Telmo sank here in 1819. All 644 crew members perished. The last confirmed shipwreck in the passage. But of course, the threat never stopped. Sailors call it the Drake Shake when conditions turn violent. The MV Explorer became the first cruise ship lost in Antarctic waters in 2007. Cost operators, everything. Regional tourism prices hit $7,000 per person 15 years ago and kept climbing. Even today, with GPS and weather satellites, crossing the Drake remains a gamble. You're sailing through where 3 oceans collide: Pacific, Atlantic, Southern, the planet's most powerful current, no escape routes, no shelter. North Sea, March 10th, 2025. The Portuguese container ship Solong collided with the anchored U.S. oil tanker Stena, immaculate off England's east coast. Both vessels erupted in flames, multiple explosions, 36 crew evacuated, 1 missing, presumed dead. The Stena Immaculate carried 220,000 barrels of jet fuel for the U.S. Air Force. At least 1 cargo. Tank ruptured. Jet A1 fuel poured into the North Sea. The North Sea covers 575,000 square kilometers between the UK, Norway, Denmark, Germany, Netherlands, and Belgium. Shallow, about 100 feet deep in places. That shallowness kills. When Atlantic swells hit shallow water, friction with the seabed transforms them into chaotic, stacked waves. No room to spread out. Waves pile on top of each other. 40-foot monsters can form in minutes. Social media platforms have demonized this stretch of water. For good reason. Statistically, it's one of the deadliest seas globally. Storms form in the Atlantic, pinch between Iceland and Scotland, then slam into the North Sea. The UK coastline funnels that energy south. Oil platforms, massive structures anchored to the seabed, can be torn loose. In 2023, 2 people died in North Sea maritime accidents. 24 years earlier, more. Deaths. The pattern holds. Fog, freezing temperatures, icebergs, shallow depth, heavy traffic. The North Sea isn't remote or exotic. It's right there between developed nations, killing people with industrial efficiency. Jutland's coast in Denmark is infamous. Ships smash against it regularly. The sea won't let them. Forget South China Sea, September 2024. Typhoon Yagi exploded across the South China Sea at Category 5 strength. Wind speeds hit 160 miles per hour. Yagi became one of only 4 Category 5 super typhoons ever recorded in the South China Sea. The others, Pamela in 1954, Ramasun in 2014, Rai in 2021. This part of the Pacific endures over 20 typhoons annually. Between 2014 and 2023, the South China Sea recorded 184 total vessel losses. Not incidents, losses. In 2024, 6 separate storms hammered the Philippines within 30 days. Simultaneous. Typhoons in November, the most for that month since records began in 1951. Over 13 million people affected, 500,000 displaced. Typhoon Ragasa hit in September 2025, the strongest tropical cyclone in the northwestern Pacific that year. Preliminary analysis ranked it the second strongest in the South China Sea. Since 1950, 14 dead in Taiwan, 10 in the Philippines, nearly 1.9 million relocated across Guangdong province. The sea contains the dangerous ground, a massive area of shoals, sunken reefs, and atolls, many uncharted. Strong currents make navigation treacherous even without storms. Climate change reduced the South China Sea's natural buffering ability. Historically, it weakened typhoons passing through. Now, rising sea levels and warmer surface temperatures let storms maintain or intensify. September 1st, 2024. Typhoon Yagi formed as a tropical storm in the Philippine Sea. It struck. Luzon dumped 10 inches of rain, then moved into the South China Sea. Rapidly intensified, developed a distinct eye, reached super typhoon status by September 5th. The entire cloud system covered the South China Sea. All of it. Yagi made landfall in Hainan, tore through Haikou, hit Guangdong, the strongest autumn. Typhoon to strike Hainan since Ramasun, the strongest ever to hit Vietnam. 844 deaths total, 2,279 injured, 129 missing, over 700 to 41,800 structures, damaged, flooded, or destroyed. Damage exceeded $14.7 billion across 8 countries. Geopolitical tensions make this worse. Multiple nations claim territory here. Military. Confrontations in the past. Long-standing disputes. Hazardous journeys for seafarers become. Deadly when politics add pressure. The South China Sea doesn't need help being dangerous, but it gets help anyway. Bering Sea. Between Alaska and Russia lies Bering Sea that breaks men and ships with equal indifference. Average depth, 60 meters. Shallow enough to generate massive swells when storms hit. Big. Waves form here. Strong winds. Water temperatures between 34 degrees Fahrenheit and 41 degrees Fahrenheit in the south. During winter, temperatures plunge to minus 45 degrees Celsius. January 15th, 2005. The FV Big Valley sank during deadliest catch filming. 5 of 6 crew members died. February 11th, 2017. The FI destination vanished. 6 crew aboard. The 98-foot crabber sent a distress signal near St. George Island. Rescuers found a debris field and an empty life raft. Nothing else. Coast Guard investigation concluded ice accumulation caused rapid capsizing. New Year's Eve 2019. The Scandies Rose sank west of Kodiak Island. 7 crew. 2 survived. John Lawler and Dean Gribble Jr. battled 20-foot waves and 40 miles per hour winds in a life raft for hours. Coast Guard helicopters pulled them out. 5 dead. Initial investigations pointed to severe icing. Between 2018 and 2019, a marine heat wave struck the Bering Sea. Water temperatures spiked. More than 10 billion crabs disappeared by 2021. Population declined over 90%. Not overfishing. Starvation. Warmer water sent crab metabolism into overdrive. They needed twice as much food. But warmer conditions reduced suitable habitats and prey availability. Crabs packed into smaller areas. Competition for limited resources intensified. They starved to death. Billions of them. The snow crab fishery closed in 2022 for the first time in history. Worth $150 million annually. On average, gone. St. Paul, Alaska declared a cultural, economic, and social emergency. The island's largest crab processing plant shut down. Town officials begged for external funding to maintain emergency medical services. Scientists confirmed it wasn't a fluke. Oh no, parts of the southeastern Bering Sea are becoming subarctic. The region is experiencing borealization. No AA research found these warmer, ice-free conditions are now 200 times more likely than before humans started burning fossil fuels. The fishery reopened for 2024 to 2025. Short-term recovery possible. The Bering Sea is changing, and what it's changing into doesn't support the life that made it. Famous Gulf of Aden. Between Yemen and Somalia, two countries destroyed by civil war, the Gulf of Aden connects 40% of global maritime traffic through the Strait of Bab el-Mandeb, fourth most important strait on Earth. Since November 2023, 47 piracy-related events in the Gulf of Aden in Western Indian Ocean. The first wave of attacks in years, March 12, 2024. Armed pirates in small boats attacked the Bangladesh-flagged bulk carrier MV Abdullah. All 23 crew members taken hostage. Somali pirates released the vessel and crew April 14 after receiving $5 million ransom. Pirates hijacked the MV Ruan in December 2023, 380 nautical miles east of Socotra, Yemen. The Indian Air Force responded 3 months later, airdropped 2 rigid inflatable combat boats, 35 Somali pirates captured. Brought to Mumbai for prosecution, pirates use hijacked fishing vessels and dhows as motherships. Launch attacks 600 nautical miles offshore. Far from coast, no naval patrols nearby. May 10, 2024. Pirates armed with Kalashnikovs and rocket-propelled grenades attacked the Marshall Islands flagged Crystal Arctic. The vessel's security team returned fire. Pirates retreated. European naval forces later detained 6 suspected Somali pirates as part of Operation Atalanta. Then the Houthis entered the picture. November 2023 to June 2024. Houthis attacked more than 50 ships in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. 3 sailors killed, 1 vessel hijacked. The U.S. military destroyed 7 Houthi radar sites in June. UN reports confirmed physical meetings between Houthis and Al-Shabaab in 2024. Material, transfers, training exchanges. The Houthis provide weapons and training. Al-Shabaab increases. Piracy and arms smuggling in return. Shipping through the Suez Canal dropped 50 to 60%. Rerouting around the Cape of Good Hope increased 420%. Added 2 weeks and 6,000 nautical miles to journeys. Shipping costs jumped from $1,660 per container in 2023 to nearly $6,000 in 2023-2024. Egypt lost over 70% of its $10 billion annual Suez Canal revenue. Monthly loss, $800 million. The Gulf of Aden isn't just dangerous because of weather. It's dangerous because chaos reigns. Pirates operate with impunity. Militias fire missiles at commercial vessels. Naval forces patrol, but the area is massive, and Somalia's waters have lost $300 million annually since 1991 due to illegal fishing by foreign trawlers. The coastal communities claim they're defending themselves. Whatever the reason, the result is the same. Ships enter the Gulf of Aden knowing they might not leave intact. Thanks for watching Earth's Dark Secrets. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us. Hit the bell so you never miss our next videos.